courtside with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Julius Randle says of these Knicks, we're building something good here, and I'm glad to be a part of it. We have a collective purpose. There's not another fan base in the league that can match what these Knicks fans will give us.
They have been patient for sure, David. Thank you. Now, Golden State's starting five. Andrew Wiggins is out there with R.J. Barrett. Then there's Jordan Poole. Then it's Thompson, and it's Green in at the five, roaming the paint. And for New York, Randall and Robinson make up the inside pair. Alec Burks is out there with Steph and Curry. And it's Reddish in at the small forward position. Some talent for sure in the backcourt tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across from another top-level guard?
No, it always raises the stakes, and you want to rise to that challenge. But in the end, it all comes back to winning as a team.
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Now Curry. Pass to Burks. It's not going to go for him. Great tee that time from Green. To the inside. And Green slams it in.
And Wiggins is a capable passer, someone that wants to hit a guy in the right spot.
Curry kicks to Burks. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And it's Golden State's ball. Poole, the pass to Green. Wiggins surveying the floor. Inside, stolen by Robinson. Randall against Wiggins. Count the basket.
The muscle and the intensity there for Randall showing off, and he converts through contact.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first.
First-time All-Star last season, Julius Randle was just flat-out awesome.
Thompson outside, from outside the arc, bangs home the trifecta.
He can never let Clay shoot off a crisp pass. He just lets that go so quick.
Brenton, which areas do you think Julius Randle has improved the most?
Well, I think making plays for other guys. I think stretching out the floor and having confidence in that shooting. And maybe that's the key word, Kevin, is just having confidence overall. And I guarantee you this, Julius Randle was more tired after last season than any other year. So coming in and being in great shape is huge for the next few seasons for him.
Reddish dishes to Randle. Goes back up. Wiggins with the block.
Well done, Andrew Wiggins. If he can sustain that kind of energy on the defensive end, boy, he's an asset out there.
To the middle. Here's Barrett. They kick it out to Green. Green draws the double. 6 to shoot. He had a nice open look right there.
That's from
Thompson's got 5.
Wow, what a setup there. Green plays with great speed and plays with great pace. And that's a nice field play.
Back to Burks. Outside for Robinson. Now, here's Reddish. Barrett covering, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. That's going to send Cam Reddish to the line. It's on R.J. Barrett. The Knicks shooting their first free throw this game.
At the line for the Knicks, Cameron Reddish. At the line, one shot.
Free throw good from Reddish.
No question there's a high ceiling for Cam Reddish and where that talent can get him to.
Outside, Green. Now, here's Barrett. Not a lot of room. Over Reddish. Barrett, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Burks kicks to Curry. Down low, passes it to Burks. Buries the long-range jumper. Burks has got his second basket of the game.
That's pretty much not how they defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul.
That's his first.
That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Manuel quickly, he's checked in for Burks. Different look here for the Warriors. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Green. Kuminga comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for R.J. Barrett. And Gary Payton has subbed in for Jordan Poole. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Porter looking it over. Clock at 6. Over Randall, and that one's good by Porter.
Can't lose sight of Porter, especially when he's looking to score near the basket.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Curry against Payton. Outside Curry. Reddish. No good on the three.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Payton passes to Thompson. Back to Payton for three. And Curry pulls it down. New York's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. 1:22 left here in the first quarter. Here's Robinson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
The defense is trying everything on Mitchell Robinson.
Second team
He stays cool, collected, and collect foul shots.
For New York.
Always a
Mitchell
solid
Robinson.
rebounder. Mitchell
At the
is showing
line,
the ability to dominate the backboard for stretches.
And I think what it comes down to for Mitchell Robinson is consistency of effort. It's not the production. It's not points and rebounds and all that kind of stuff. It's just consistent effort for him, and the numbers will come.
He's off on the first. And given Robinson's upside coming out of college, it was a little bit of a surprise that he fell to the second round.
And he's more of a classic big. It won't stretch the floor. You're not going to run the offense through him. But, boy, you can't teach size and athleticism. And that's what he brings to the party.
And he's good on the second.
Well, at the time, Robinson's journey to the draft was such a big story, but now the story is getting bigger as he continues to improve his game and dominate the inside of NBA play.
Porter finds Bielitsa, and the dunk by Bielitsa.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but, man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Now, here's Rose. There's the pass to Toppin. Now, quickly. Feeds to Rose. For three, Fournier. Porter with a block.
And the defensive chops Porter brings to this squad invaluable. You see the effects of it right there.
Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Fournier passes to Rose. To the paint, here's Robinson, and then Robinson slams it in.
It feels like Mitchell Robinson doesn't even have to jump sometimes to dunk, but man, a little showmanship from the big fella.
And stolen by Fournier. With 1 on the clock, no good at the rim. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. It's the Knicks up 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Now one of the game's most electrifying dunkers is Obi Toppin. As he explains, the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
My dad's nickname is Dunker for Life, so he had a lot of trick dunks. Maybe I might pull out one of his dunks, we'll have to see, but he definitely had some tricks back then. I think I have better ones now, though.
Yeah, he might. But Toppin's dad, a street ball legend, Greg, in New York City.
And I'm sure he's proud to see his son carry on that legacy in the NBA. Not only that, playing for their hometown Knicks.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
Well, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson and Iguodala make up the perimeter. Porter is out there with Nemanja Bjelica, and it's Peyton in at the point guard. And Brent, some interesting family history here. Your dad, Rick, brother John, and you all ended your careers playing for the Houston Rockets.
The next time, Kevin, that you and I are broadcasting a game in Houston, I'll walk you across the street to the Berry Cemetery, and we'll take a look at the headstone.
Outside Rose. Over Peyton. It's hauled in by Andre Iguodala. Warriors trailed by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Rose against Bjelica. Knocked away. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Quickly against Iguodala. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Iguodala. That's his first personal. First team foul.
For New York, they had made 2 of the previous 3 free throws in today's game.
At the line, 2 shots.
The first free throw is good for the Knicks. Alec Burks checked in for Fournier, and Curry subbed in for Rose. Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Bjelica. Wiggins comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Barrett's checked in for Thompson. And Poole subbed in for Gary Payton. And quickly drops them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Wiggins, left side. Shot to stop the run. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
The length of Wiggins helping him out there, able to stretch it up on the inside and find a shot.
Pass to Toppin. Pass to Noel. Kicks it to Burks. Lets it go from deep. The Warriors pull it in.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost him.
And it's blocked. And he recovers it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Wiggins has got 5 now. The Knicks leading by 3. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter, with about 3 minutes gone by. Floats it up for Wiggins. That shot off. So New York will take it the other way. He was the College Player of the Year, Brent, in 2020, but Obi Toppin didn't make quite the impact people thought he would as a rookie.
Well, we saw some flashes, and he wasn't used a ton last year. And guess what? That is okay. If you're going to have a 10 or 12-year career and you have to learn slowly before you get acclimated to the NBA, we're going to see his size, we're going to see his athleticism, we're going to see him grow as a player over the next couple seasons.
That one's in there. The New York lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Barrett. And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
working on consistency with that jumper. You can see Barrett has improved his shooting mechanics. Much more repeatable motion.
So for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Noel. Hando comes in for Toppin. And it's Reddish in for Quickly. And the Warriors also making a change. Kuminga's come in for Andre Iguodala. Now, here's Burks. He's got 6. Curry, wide open, sinks the three-pointer. Curry's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the blue ball. You can see Barrett looks a lot more comfortable now from every spot Greg on the floor.
From 3, mid-range, the free throw line. When he knocks down shots, defenders have to creep up to stay connected. And that's when he can put the ball on the floor and get by people. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's stolen by Kuminga. 1:35 left in the first half of basketball. Passes it to Barrett. Over Robinson. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Barrett.
Barrett does a good job there just creating the shot for himself. He is a scorer.
The pass to Randall. Back to Burks. On its way from Curry for 2. And they recover it. Randall no good. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Now, here's Poole, guarded by Curry. Poole, the pass to Barrett. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. On its way from Burks for 2. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Burks has got 8.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes. And they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
27 seconds left here in the second. With the shot, it'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to 2 as they get the bucket from Barrett. 6 points for him.
That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
Curry looking around. Pass to Burks. And the Knicks hit again from deep. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Knicks lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Coach. This team is still developing. What do they need to do to really reach their max?
Just keep working every day.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. And trying as they might, they couldn't push their lead past 4 points. For the Knicks, Kenny, give us your take.
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
Shaq, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
I'd like to see them get to the line more, but to do that, you got to be aggressive. Force the action, drive the lane, make the defense react to what you're doing. If they can do that, I think they have a good chance of pulling out a win.
We saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game so far from Alec Burks.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Randall and Robinson make up the inside pair. Stephen Curry's out there with Alec Burks. And it's Reddish in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. It's good. Poole's got his first basket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Down low. That one, no good. Randall with some nice D. The Knicks leading by 3. Burks dishes to Curry. Oh, good with the triple. Warriors shooting well. 50% from the floor. To the middle. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 7 points.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now, here's Reddish. Back to Burks. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. He's got 13.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Klay Thompson has lost 2 prime years to a torn ACL and then a ruptured Achilles. He says so many athletes have been through this. It's just a new set of challenges. With my style of play, I feel I can be effective till my late 30s. I plan on being the all-NBA player I was and won't settle for anything less. Guys, that will be a great comfort to this team.
Indeed, and who's going to doubt it? I love his attitude. Undaunted. David, thank you. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Now, here's Curry. He's got 5. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And here's Reddish. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins with some nice D. Warriors trailed by 3. Pass to Poole. It's Barrett on the wing. It's stolen by Randall. And here we go. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist from Randall. Curry's got 7 points.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage.
Defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And one thing that separates Randall from other guys, his size. That spin substitution in the post, now going either direction.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Green kicks to Poole. Golden State moving the ball around. Iguodala against Burks. Shot clock at 6. Back to Poole. Latrey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Poole's got 5 points now in the quarter. And whirling around the floor, Greg, is there anyone Randall reminds you of?
I mean, they're different players, but Akeem Olajuwon had an unbelievable spin move. Takes a lot of body control, especially for taller guys. But when you do it well, man, it is tough to stop.
Curry with the steal. They get it again.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Wiggins outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
New York calls timeout.
York.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Come on and get loud for your Knicks City Dancer.
Different look for New York. Joel's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Toppin comes in for Julius Randle. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Alec Burks. Then for the Warriors, Dominguez come in for Draymond Green. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Wiggins. And it's Payton in for Jordan Poole. Now, here's Reddish. Into the lane. And Reddish with the slam.
Nice job operating off the dribble for Reddish. A nice, consistent part of his game.
2 minutes.
Payton outside, jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by New York. 1:51 left to play in the third. Here's Curry. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Passes to Payton. Kuminga kicks to Iguodala. It's stolen by Reddish. It's 2-on-1. 1:21 left to play here in the third. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Next one.
.115 left in the third quarter. Here's Toppin. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Barrett with the ball. He's got 6. Feet away. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. He's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
The pass to Curry. Drills it from outside. Curry's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knicks.
Sometimes basketball is not all that complicated. Just let Steph and Curry shoot threes and get out of the way.
Now here's Kuminga. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And that one's good by Porter.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Not loose. Iguodala with the steal. Now Barrett pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
Also by Iguodala, an alert defender who you can't be too careless around.
Barrett against Curry. And the wide open shot from Reddish. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Knicks out front, leading by 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ballgame. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Otto Porter Jr. Green is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Payton. And it's Thompson in at the shooting guard.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And it's Thompson at the jam.
That's a great sign. Clay up there and rocking the rim.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Reddish. Misses the 3.
That's a look not pass up, it's also one you shouldn't miss.
Payton surveying the floor. He kicks it to Wiggins. Pass to Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Over Reddish. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swing.
And that's a superb pass coming from Curry that time. Just scanned the floor and found the guy for a clean look.
And here are the Warriors now, following the score by New York. Wiggins kicks to Payton. And it's Noel with the rebound. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Curry. New York moving it around. Just his first attempt. And again, it's New York.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Robinson's checked in for Noel. Julius Randle comes in for Toppin. And quickly in for Cameron Reddish. Pools checked in for Golden State. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game.
Thank you, David. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Warriors. It's a 3-point game. Poke loose. Now, here's Poole. Defense is right there.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that.
That's his second personal. First team foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Knicks.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
And for whatever reason, their confidence in the mid-range game has shown up here tonight. They've been impressive from there. The shot's been there all day long, and they've knocked it down.
R.J. Barrett's checked in for the Warriors. And good on the second, so he makes them both. New York's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Wiggins. A shot by Thompson, no one's around. And the Warriors miss again. Knicks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Thompson again throws. Shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Puts it up from 12. Thompson with the rebound.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside. All those weapons, and Draymond Green ends up being the guy hurting you. What a huge shot.
New York calls timeout. Player of the game, Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Alec Burks checked in for New York. Now here's Randle. Randle has doubled. The pass to Quickly. And the call will be against Emmanuel Quickly. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Reddish, he's checked in for the Knicks. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Shot from 12. That one off the back iron and out. New York trailing. Barrett brings the double team. To Burks. Curry passes to Randall. Driving to the basket. Banked in off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 1.
How about Randall? Dependable big in a big moment.
At the elbow, it's Thompson. Shoots over Burks. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Knicks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Now here's Curry. Running by Poole. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal circle.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Golden State's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Thompson passes to Wiggins. Stolen by Robinson. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. Curry kicks to Reddish. The Warriors pull it in. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, Green. It's tipped. It's stolen by Randall. Now the feed to Burks. Barrett brings the double team. Pass to Curry. It's up a 3. It's good from beyond the arc.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Timeout called the Warriors. They trailed by 4. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Poole with it, and Curry picks him up defensively from 12 feet out. Burks pulls it in, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Klay Thompson. That's his first personal. First team foul.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
A shot by Reddish, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And now they decide to foul on Thompson.
That's his second personal. Second team foul. At the line for New York, Alec Burks. At the line, 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
City Dancer.
24 seconds left in the game. Now, here's Poole, guarded by Robinson. And Thompson kicks to Barrett. And the Warriors miss again. And they go to the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line for New York, Stephen Curry. At the line, 2 shots.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
You think about that season for the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry winning his second MVP trophy, 73 wins. He was the first unanimous winner in league history of the Most Valuable Player award, and he led the league in scoring at over 30 a game.
And here's Poole for 3. That's good.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for
So it's New York picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most.